Hi, hello, welcome to the Galactic Consularship report brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for Sagittarius rising. If you do not know your rising, start with your north node. I want to apologize. This video is coming out a little late. I'm not too worried about that. I'm using a different clarifier than usual. We're imposing the guidance from Black Tarot and the Pop of Love Oracle if love comes up. Before we were using the Aleister Crowley Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure to do so. Go ahead and smash that button, that like button right now. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We review the session for a donation if anything resonates deeply with you. Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering second messages from behind the veil. If you are indeed a Sagittarius rising, during this season, between the 22nd of February, January to about the 21st of February, give or take about half a day, the sun will be transiting the third house. So that's the fact, really. It is intellect, reasoning, communication, but it's the mind, what perceives sense experience. Also the place where the soul interacts, engages with the world, but it's really more about how things come towards us and how we deal with them. It can be, cousins or neighbors or younger siblings, and it also is what we do, the product of our speech. As I was coming in here, I was hearing a Stain song or Disturbed song. Something give up, you're down with the sickness. So I think we have some inside knowledge here, Sagittarius. Most people in some particular area, just for this month, they're generally unaware. They're generally in some kind of, I don't quite have it. They're generally not on the advantageous side. They're lacking an advantage. However, here's Sagittarius energy. We know what's up. We know what's going on. We could be a humble warrior. We could be a spiritual warrior with the temperance and the chariot here. There's also, we're a deeply skilled practitioner. We might have come into this lifetime to do this one skill. We might continue to incarnate in this one skill. This area of insight, we have deep spiritual and physical insight into it with the magician and the temperance card. We also have some kind of perfected skill with the temperance and this magician here. It could be a humble skill as well. We might not go around sharing it too much, but if we're tapped in or if we're called upon, it's kind of like that energy. Is there a doctor on board? Is there a nurse on board? Is there a healthcare practitioner on board? Only in that moment that somebody calls out, cries out for it, do we share. Otherwise, we just go around doing that little one thing. Or people who know. People who can see. If you know kind of deal. Like recognizes like, real recognizes real. We could have some kind of spiritual victory. We can be an angel oracle. We could be an incarnated angel as well. Temperance with the chariot. It would be a higher ranking order. We could also be coming into deeper spiritual initiations. And it is some kind of chief. So we might be chief of this, chief of that order, archangel choir. I'm hearing archangel, but the temperance, in comparison to the judgment, the temperance is the ministering angel. The judgment would be said archangel. Archangel is as much a type of angel as it is a rank of angels. Yeah, down with the sickness. So most people are generally unaware that they're reacting, not responsive. We have we've perfected some type of technical skill. We've mastered it. With the Page of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. We definitely are an incarnated angel. Chariot with the double knight, that's a sign. Also, we have the Chariot with the Page of Cups. That could be Venus in Cancer. A Cancer descendant would make a Capricorn rising. We also have Cancer rising here because the Knight of Cups and the Chariot, but we also have Capricorn rising because the Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. To a lesser degree, we might have Mars in Cancer. We are desiring to build some type of enterprise here. We're desiring to enshrine some type of legacy here upon the earth. We were born for a purpose. We could also be Order of the Seraphim. I mean, well, we are a seraphim, but I think so. This is the chief of the cherubim here and the Elohim. Grant me a moment. I could tell you this right now. Normally, I would pause or la di da yada yada to do some research, but I'll just do it. I'll do it right here. Oh, so we have Raziel and we have Sandalphon, maybe a little bit of Gabriel as well. I'm hearing Jibril. So we have Gabriel, and then honestly, Sandalphon is here because we have Keeper of the Innocent. So, and then baby girl of Temple Kitty, Priestess Chandi, she's in her needy season. She's getting lots of attending to. So just we're gonna have to give her a moment to scratch it out. Don't worry, she's not being ignored too much. I wanted to let you know and move on. Okay, so there's one thing we missed here as well. We also have some energy. Let me do this math. Gemini rising would be a Virgo. I mean, Gemini midheaven would be a Virgo rising. So we have a Virgo rising here. If there is a Virgo rising, Mercury would be in the first house. That is very much Elohim. So that's Jibril and Gabriel and Sandalphon. We definitely have Sandalphon because the keeper of the innocent is here. Sandalphon is the angel that works with Metatron, the angel of presence, the physical form that the Lord takes on if there's no type of active warfare, which is an oxymoron because there always is an active warfare, but if he's not engaged in the battle, if he's engaged in the battle, he manifests as the Merkaba, which would mean the temperance and the hermit would come out with all these chariots or the knights. Um, but usually when you see like the Page of Cups with the Hierophant card or a bunch of I'm calling these knight cards chariots. So it is angelic energy, that this is angelic energy. So the thing about Moon in the third house for Sagittarius rising, it gives you wounded healer type of stuff. What we go through, grow through. All of our messages become messages. All of our tests become testimonies. And we kind of go through things jovially, even if it's hell on earth, even if we're walking through the darkness. We're kind of happy about it because it's an experience. The only time that we really get depressed or upset or is if it's stuck energy that's not moving or it's the same old BS. If we have the same shit but different color every day, at least we can try on a new, you know, fit. It's when it's the same old humdrum, monotonous, tedious then it's a problematic. Okay. Now, Archangel Sandalphon does this thing where they ascend the prayers of the innocent towards the throne, and then Metatron manages the cosmos while Sandalphon manages the earth. It's not like that's their job, but that's their regency. And it's not about either of those two, but I think those two are collaborating, coordinating some type of command center, because the ones really active here is Gabriel and Raziel. So there's some mystery of the universe that we happen to know as Sagittarius rising. Remember, I was saying, you know, we can see this sickness, we can see this illness, we can see this ignorance, we can see this lack of knowing, lack of knowledge, lack of initiation, lack of understanding. It said that 98% of people on the surface of the planet are not privy. They are a product of the 2%. Not, and we know that the 1% of the 1% is the elite. But 2% of the people on the surface of the planet are aware of this global secret. And it has to deal with our incarnational cycle, the purpose of us here on earth, the reason why existence is the way it is in the physical. There's other spiritual means and mechanisms. Okay. Four of Swords, Page of Swords, High Priestess. We definitely have Sandalphon here. Somebody could have their Venus in Aquarius. It could be a Leo rising. With the King of Swords, Four of Swords, we're wanting to protect the innocent. We're wanting to protect that pure part of ourselves. We're coming into this knowledge and awareness a little bit late, that we have some kind of perfected skill. There can be an Aquarius sun here, to a lesser degree, Taurus rising. It's confirmed with Taurus about to come out. There is going to be some type of angelic or secret society initiation here. It doesn't have to be like a call, a cabal, a clique, a coven upon the earth. It could be very much that the angels or the ancestors or our higher spirit or one specific angel or our higher self initiates us in the physical. So we could just go through life experiences that activate hidden parts of ourselves. We're being read into some type of top secret, but cosmic, celestial, universal. We're being led into we're being read into a top secret file, but it's not of any government upon the earth. It's in the heavens, it's in the cosmos, meaning the functions of the universe are being illuminated, enumerated, elucidated, enlightened to us. And we not only have a multiple talents magician, but some of the talents are gifts, high priestess, which means we came into this lifetime with these talents. We're not spending time, energy, effort, attention in this life trying to figure those things out. We're actually spending time, energy, effort, and attention in this life remembering what those things already are. We already know these things from a previous life. Hierophant, Four of Cups, Eight of Cups, Five of Cups. So we need to detach from some things upon the earth so that spiritually certain energies can anchor in. We're going to be around, not really necessarily fallen, but unhealed, unawakened, who actually are getting clearance to return to the divine. They're having the obstacles and the barriers removed to their chosen status, and as if they are being called and they choose to answer that calling and choose to stand into and accept the duties, obligations, the God duties, the God obligations of the calling on their life, there's going to be all this ascension energy, unlocking energy, removing obstacle barrier energy. So we're like, um, we're at TSA, we're a TSA agent, but the flight that's about to take off is away from the human vibration into that angelic vibration. And we're going to be facilitating those journeys. We're like that travel agent during like a group tour back into heavenly energy. So all the light workers, all the messiahs, all the prophetesses, all the seers, all the, traditional witches, the ones born with healing power, not the spirit witches that had to go to the devil and buy that power, they're being activated, triggered, and they're falling into formation. We're a wounded healer here. We're going to be governing and stewarding and guiding and managing and mentoring and coaching and leading and teaching other light workers, other earth angels. We have Hierophant, Five of Cups. So that whenever you have a Hierophant and a five, it's order over chaos. The 5 and the 8 would mean that there's certain things we're leaving and there's certain things that we're giving tolerance while it has some kind of maturation. Okay, you do better when you know better, but some things are a no-fly zone. Example, when you have the 8 of Cups and the 4 of Cups, on some levels you're detaching, on some levels you're withdrawing. We have the Chariot with the 4 of Cups. Somebody has their moon in Cancer. And then the Hierophant with the Page of Cups, that's Archangel Sandalphon. How do I know? Because we have the Temperance card out, which can talk about angels. And then we have a double Chariot. It's angels. It's Angel Sandalphon here. So the protector of the innocent. Some of the prayers of the chosen that didn't know they were chosen, they were crying out. Maybe not even to the heavens, but they were crying out because of the part of the experience, the part of the cycle that they were going through here upon the earth is getting attention by the universe. Somebody here has, I'm just hearing moon in Libra. We have an Aquarian moon as well. We have a Cancer moon as well. So there's a spot, a sacred spot here that's been left and prepared for certain children upon the earth, for certain beings upon the earth. We have a Virgo rising here for certain. And to a lesser degree, we have a Sagittarius rising. That's much to a much larger degree. Yeah, there's a certain spot here upon the earth. And it's our job to have God duties and obligations that we're stewarding, managing this. And we're going to be led. This is parting the sea or the river Styx. We're going to be led, or the crucifixion. We're going to be led as a collective to this high ranking status that we have. The 4 of Wands is basically, it's either union or status. And the currency there is power or recognition. So some of us have a platform to do good in the world and we're being activated and triggered. And, it's not God's job to call the chosen, it's God's job to choose the called. So if you do answer the call and you end up in the summit or the Holy Land or the Mecca or whatever, amongst those brethren, certain people are going to get given certain positions. And that's what's happening here. We have a Taurus rising, a Virgo rising. We have a Leo rising. We also have some type of Scorpio rising. We have Moon in Libra. We have Moon in Aquarius. We have Cancer rising, Capricorn rising, and Sagittarius rising here. Pisces rising. If there's a Pisces rising, there's Saturn in the first house. If there's a Virgo rising, there's Mercury in the first house. Something here is a birthright. Okay, so let's check on this. So some of us have ties to a darker lineage, or there's some karma that is following us around for whatever reason. And we have the medicine, or the medicine is coming in from the ancestors because we've been living our life righteously. I want to say dutifully, but maybe we don't know that we're being dutiful. But again, since we're of the helping profession, since we're loving, caring, and kind, and we tend to those people in need who we take the medicine into places where the love of God, the light of God can't normally get to. We've been given an assignment. We've been put on assignment, or maybe we're finally getting back to our assignment because the karma that we were born into was kind of keeping us heavy. And I'm saying keeping us heavy. Think about like something that floats, that doesn't float, but it should. It sinks to the bottom for whatever reason. Typically, it's obstructions. There was some type of amalato malady, sickness. But look, this is the highest vibrational. We're genteel, we're sovereign, we're divine in nature. So there was a reason that this happened. There was some type of agenda around this sweetness, and more is on the way, more is growing. We finally reached the pinnacle of a situation, so divine intervention is allowed because we reached a lesson. We had to learn a couple of some things, and that was just going to be difficult for a while. Moon in Libra, I'm hearing. We'll figure out what happened to us later on down the line. We're going to be doing certain things first. We're going to be taking moves before we actually find answers. For some reason, we need to show out. Um, until we kind of put ourselves out there as a healer, as a light worker, something of that nature, we're not going to get all the support that we need. We're going to get protection, but not necessarily deliverance from the circumstances that we're in. We have a pair of fours here. We have three fours, four of wands, four of cups, four of swords. So there is some kind of vying for a spot or multiple fronts of the same kind of coordinated effort. And what it is to head off divine transmission. There's an intention here that we don't get this gift comes with setbacks. If we make a lot of money, all of a sudden we have to pay more taxes. If we get this big fancy job, we might have to work more than 40 hours, or we might not get paid by the hour anymore, but we're earning a salary. If we have a promotion at work, we also have greater responsibility. If suddenly we're pregnant, we're going to now need to do all these things to the house and the body and the this and the that. With the blessing also comes responsibilities. To whom much is given, much is expected. Now we have the star card and the strength card. That axis can bring out the world. So we've matured. Any kind of energy that's been trying to make us apathetic, remove us from our heart chakra, make us mourning, hoping, wishing, praying, conjuring up some wounded from the past. Some energy here wants us focused on the past and not the future. They want us in some kind of despair. They want us stuck in a horrible pattern. And the situation is that we found the solution because we have an open heart. And there's energy here that is like, oh, okay, well, you shouldn't be loving, you shouldn't be happy, you shouldn't be buoyant in your steps. And all of a sudden, we're an enemy to this individual or this energy because we're non-compliant. They don't know how to manipulate us into some kind of holding pattern of disadvantageous manifestations. We are now beginning to utilize all of the tools at our disposal, our spirit, our intuition, our connection to God, our instincts, our intellect, our identity. All of these things are now being used, and we're even more difficult to discern or read or guess or understand. Yet the allure to us, the tie, the call to us is still very powerful. It's even stronger. We have the Four of Cups with the Chariot. I'm curious what that's about. It's clear that there are intentions, or we have this kind of ability to really leave an impact. We really can, or we are imbued or endowed with the ability to make some pretty, not only decisive methodic, not only decisive moves, but moves that could have wide-ranging consequence or wide-ranging impacts. Yet we're not doing anything. Let me translate. God gave us the gift to cut a lot of people down. We spiritually have a license to XYZ LMP. For some of us, it's a license to kill. For some of us, it's a license to raise the dead. For some of us, it's a license to deliver people. For some of us, it's a license to absolve people. For some of us, it's a license to call upon judgment. We are endowed, we've been commissioned with a certain function, and we're very, very, very despairing with it. And there's other energies watching, waiting to see when we're going to do whatever because they might not have access. Okay. They're on the outside looking in, let's say it that way. But also, they're waiting for some kind of moment because I feel like they're inside knowing that they could be discovered at any moment. Because we also have the Eight of Cups here, and so that's some kind of withdrawal. With the Eight of Cups and the Strength card, that's an inability for some external energy to kind of manipulate us over process. It's like the only thing they could do is make us abandon our own dreams, and that's not what's going to happen. So it's just that we could do a lot of, I wouldn't say harm, but damage to something. We've already gotten to the heart of the matter and we're okay. And that's something that's confusing to this energy. It doesn't understand why this energy keeps coming towards us, trying to engage with us in some kind of way. And it's almost like Teflon. We're not engaging that much. They can't get a reaction. And they don't understand why we're not angry, why we're not mad, why we're not reactive. And the thing about it is like, we're content. We have love in our heart, a smile on our face, a pep in our step. And we know that there's going to be bigger, brighter, and better days. And so we don't need to sit here and worry about or complain or quabble and quibble about the things that have gone down, the things that have happened. We can move on, move forward. And there's an energy that is retaliatory. So that's not a concept idea that this energy understands. this energy is like, I hurt you, I did something dirty or wrong, why aren't you retaliating? And they're hoping either so in their mind they could justify how they're acting, what they've done. They want a reason and excuse. It's a fake one because the, it's not a real one. But they want some kind of justification, and it's not happening here. And really, what's happening is they're wondering who we really are. Because the things that they saw were really reflections of their own self, mirrors of their own self. The insight that they did gleam into us could never be used to a disadvantage. Just because we have this ranking, just because we have this spiritual power, just because we have this special anointing, doesn't mean we're going to abuse it, doesn't mean we're going to misuse it. And that's not something this energy understands. This energy does manipulation tactics. This energy does harmful things. This energy has something covert about them, vulnerable about them. And I'm using that on the personality style spectrum. On one side of the spectrum, it's rigid, pervasive, maladaptive. On the other side of the spectrum, it's malignant, malicious, malevolent. So it's rigid and pervasive. They cast aspersions, they project, they lack self-awareness, self-knowledge, self-accountability. But they're aware of some of their flaws and they use them as like a badge of honor, or they use them as a lure. I wanted to check what that double queen was about. Yeah, so we're vying for a spot here. We've reached some kind of adeptness, meaning we're bachelor's level or above, whether it's a degree or not. We have this acumen. See, this energy really knows how to gain assistance from others. They know how to feign neediness. They look like a baby here, so there's some kind of lure to them. But in one sense of the world, they need to put that to bed. It's not going to work. There's been a loss here. And what it is that we no longer fall for that. It's a problem. Something doesn't like that. Some energy here is not like that. King of Wands. So there is a Sagittarius sun here. Seven of Pentacles. Somebody has their Saturn in Taurus here with the Hierophant. Ace of Cups. Eight of Wands. 10 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. So we're highly blessed, favored, chosen, and anointed. Our rights are being protected. The portal into our energy is very well guarded. And if you do touch our energy, what happens is it's a contortion field before the throne of the divine. Some of us won't understand what I said. We have a double 10 here, a pair of 10s. So we've just cultivated enough. We have everything that we need. We really do have some kind of key. We do possess the key, and somebody else's talents come with conditions placed upon it. So it's like they're seeing something that is they're coveting, that there's coveting here. We also have a pair of 8s. That's magic, manipulation, spell work, or it's wisdom one gets from spending a lot of time. There's a collective here that wants to turn something around, and they're doing it to our face. They want to have something come up on us from out of the blue. It's fakeness. We have a lot of fake people around us. That's what this third house sun is telling us. This month, we're going to learn about a lot of the fake people around us, the inauthentic, the insincere. We still have a double 4 here. But with this double 10 and the wheel of fortune, that's telling us that the cycle is over. The snakes are going to be cast out. Our higher self is going to force purging because now it's time that we get on this assignment since we are here for the divine. What is with this Sagittarius, midheaven, or sun sign? Again, it's a reference to Pisces rising. What is with the Sagittarius energy here? We also have the Eight of Wands here. So if this person has either in the first or the 10th house, they have Mercury. Again, there's some energy here that wants to either yoke themselves to us or steal something from our spiritual power, or they want to have, honestly, they want to make our spirits turn on us, and it's just never going to happen. The thing is, whatever favor or fortune or abundance or blessings that they perceive us having, there's actually a lot more. They're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. And so this is something that's been lingering for a long time. The other side needs to put something to bed. Once time they had access to us in a benevolent way. If it was a person, they were a friend at one time. If it was a spiritual energy we were dealing with, the spirit is actually a low vibrational spirit. We might have been co-signing with a family member, third house. We might have been enabling, and we're just unbothered. We've done the yellow rock, now we're doing gray rock, and that's problematic. What is the Seven of Pentacles with the Hierophant? The Saturn energy. Okay. So again, we keep getting this hilardo. Something does turn, takes a turn suddenly, and it already has. It sneaks up on us. A sudden change sneaks up on us. Hilardo. What sneaks up on us very suddenly is that number one, this enemy tries to yoke themselves to us. They try to get involved in something that we got going on, so spiritually they can get some of the benefits. But also, two, we're gonna get all these sudden blessings from our spiritual side. All of a sudden, spiritually, there's support, increased support. Something's been going on the whole time that's gonna start being revealed. And it's the richness of our soul. We have a really, really, really pure heart. Or at the heart of the matter, I want to say, is that something's been hidden from us on the spiritual side, and we're about to figure it out. Really, we figured out something already, and the enemy wants to know, what did you figure out, and why aren't you acting on it? When are you going to make your moves? So this has been a message about the enemy wanting to make some kind of move. They don't know what we know. They know that we've discovered something. They're trying to guess what's going on, and it's not actually happening. Really, what's happening is that we are on divine assignment. We have a sacred mission, a sacred calling upon the earth, and our job is to steward other people. It's almost like a clinical supervisor of other archangels or other earth angels. Does that make sense? It's almost like we are the one to lead, to go out in front, kind of like parting the seas. leading through the desert. It's kind of that Moses, the energy, but it is Messiah, but it's more wounded healer Chiron. We've already gone through the darkness. We've already found the light. We've already discovered our spiritual gifts. We've already worked on our spiritual self. We've already gotten to a higher ground. We've already increased our vibration. We've already begun to put love out there into the world and to share the light and to share a message and to have the word and to have a message to share. We've already turned our tests into testimonies. We've already turned our messes into messages. We're kind of purified in the fire already. We've already gotten our angel wings, and now we're helping other people who are getting their angel wings. So just a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, trapped in the matrix, lost to the seas of time, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine, of unconditional, loving, universal oneness. Ho'oponopono, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I pray that your steps are ordered, your path is awakened, and that you find salvation and redemption in this life. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. Again, my name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the Sagittarius rising or North Node. If you do not know your rising sign, start with your North Node and smash that like button. If anything resonates deeply with you, like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, namaste, dandava, and ashe. Sayonara, das vidanya, auf Wiedersehen. See you in the next one. Everyone take good care. Bye-bye.